Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, you're welcome again to Life in Business with Olajide B.O.Y. And today I'll be talking about some factors that affect us as human beings and how they do affect us. And they are also in the series of the P's at the moment. So we'll be looking today at some of the P's that affect human life as an individual. The first thing we'll be looking at today is going to be our parents. Yes, our parents. Our parents are one of the major factors of what we become in the future, how we get to do things and what we do about our lives. So, who are your parents and what value do they have that you have actually inherited consciously or unconsciously that is affecting your life, that is making your life better, or that really needs you to improve on? Maybe some can be their shortcomings that you need to work on. Some might be some very good values you can actually borrow and imbibe into your life to guide your life. So parents the parents are a key factor, and that's why parental factor is a very major factor in human life. So as you have your kids at home, or you are still under your parents, or you're aspiring to have your own children, realize that you need to have some good values as a parent, because they're going to affect the life of the children. The next thing is going to be the place where you come from, the place where you live, the place where you exist, because the place where you stay in life is also another big and major factor of what your life is all about and what's going to add value to your life. So where you stay, where you live, where you originate from are major factor, and that's why you see that some people will say some specific type of tribes act the same this way because of the place they come from. Some specific people that comes from this particular place have this kind of attitude, this kind of look, this kind of view, and this kind of perspective, because the place they come from is also a factor to what affects their reasoning and their person. So the next thing is, after the place you come from, is going to be your own person. Your own person will be formed as a result of your parents and the place you come from. It forms your own value that you take to the world. And as you're going to the world as a person, you have your own inherent factors that are going to be there, or that are already there, that your parents' value and the place you are being raised from are going to add up to make a shape of your life. So when we now evaluate your person, then we now look at the peers you roll with in academics, in education, in life, in engagement, in involvement, in business, are also a key functional factor to what you become and how you live your life. Another part of it after the peers is the profession you imbibe, and that's why you see how they say doctors behave like this and lawyers behave like this, and sometimes some people will even say, oh, those first people, they can be very mean because of what they do. So your profession is also a factor in in your life that can have a big value to what you do in life. And another thing that is very key after your profession is the people you roll with, people you deal with through your profession, through the place you come from, within your peers. People as a general factor that you have engagement and encounter with also determine your personality and your views of life. So yeah, the last one is going to be projection. What are your projection in life? And your projection is also a speedboard value, because if your projection is fame, honestly, you won't do anything that gives you attention to get fame. And if your own value of projection is money, you don't want to do anything outside things that brings in money. So in that order, we have just looked at the P's that affect your life as a person and that have influence in making your life a change. So we talked about, in a nutshell, we talked about the first part, which are your parents, the second part, which is the place you come from, and the third part, which is your own person, that's your inherent personality. And we talked about your peers. They also have a big major roles they have in your life or contribute to your life. And after the peers, we talk about your profession. Your profession is also a key part of your life, and the people you roll with, very important. And the last part is just talking about your projection. So as human beings, these are factors that shape us or reshape us, or that is shaping us as we go on with life or go on in life. So don't forget that these things are there for you to watch. If they are of good value to you or of good influence to you, keep it up and be better at it. If they are not, please try to work on it, improve on it. If you need to change anything in it or correct things in it, correct them moderately and politely, because life itself is a continuous lesson. Don't forget, we are all here as a learner, and we will never graduate while we're here. We will only metamorphose or graduate to the next level, which is life after death. But what life are we keeping before we leave, and what life are we keeping behind? Because don't forget that some people have lived in this world to live. They just live for a short while and they leave. And some people live in this world to live. They live for a short while and also existed a while after they've left. But very few people live to live after living. So if you want to live after living, don't forget, you have to take in cognizance your parental value as imbibed to you by your parents or to be passed on to your own children. You have to really moderate that if they are not very well in a good order. The next part is you need to really check it and really evaluate that part of the place you come from, or the place you live, or the place you're raised from. If it has some values that affect you and you can switch, make a switch. Please do make a switch. And if you are a parent, you really know that this really can affect the life of your children and the peers they roll with, the personality they also carry, the projections they have, the profession they have, and the people around them. Thank you so much. Till next week again that we meet on Life and Business with Olajide B.O.Y. Stay blessed and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.